Hi, I'm Diggin. Thanks for stopping by and thanks for joining me. I'm going to get it right out of the way. It's free to subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe. Yes, for a while now I've been on and then long periods of off and on, long periods of off. And one day soon I'll tell you what it's been all about, and then maybe you guys will go, aha. In the meantime, I was just I was listening to Lady C for a moment, and she had brought up the Ukraine, and I thought to myself, well, you know what? Everybody's made a comment, and everybody's had a thought about this, and I kept silent about it. I mean, even to the point where people are making money because, you know, one of the quadruplets gave the same message, and it wasn't made public. I thank you that they felt that way. Everybody knows what I'm talking about, I'm pretty sure. And if not, it's Harry and Meghan. But that's not why I'm making this video. Not yet, anyway. This video here literally has to do with what's going on, what Russia is doing, and what these poor people are having to do. You know, Corral North. And make their way out of the country. Well, call me crazy, because a lot of people do, and it just doesn't bother me anymore. Once upon a time it did, but now it just doesn't. I believe this. These are just my thoughts, okay? And they're my thoughts because of my visions. So I guess they're not entirely just my thoughts, but via visions. When this began, I instantly blurted out, this is about the Black Sea. This is about the Black Sea. I know that it's about the Black Sea. I know it's about the Black Sea. I know it is about lineage and inheritance and ultimately capital gain and strength, power. But when he talks about Putin, President Putin, when he talks about wanting to take what is his and bringing it all together as one, I believe that there's more to this message than what everybody's talking about. I remember reading some while back ago a lineage and how important, and I wish I could remember every detail, to be truthful. But it's out there if you want to Google it. It's definitely out there. And that is that Black Sea and the whole coast there is super important to Putin. But it really does have to do with lineage and bloodline and power. And that's where economics and everything else comes in after the fact. I believe what's going to happen here, there's going to be an agreement that is going to be made. And this agreement is going to be that the people go, fine, you know what, you want the sea, you want, you want the coast, have the coast, and they're going to move the country up a little bit. And as long as it ends there, like you have to make them, Russia has to make them feel loved at least. And if they want them to be a part of Russia, well, he has to be more forward with them and explain to them, because then better off, you attract honey with bees. Attract bees with honey, I should say. And it's kind of like that. I know that as this unfolds, I know this will happen. I know it will happen. There will be an agreement, and the country will be made a little bit smaller, but the people will be safe, and the violence will be gone, and, lands are secure. So, what I believe this has been truthfully about is toppling the present financial status quo. Start to create that unbalance, a financial unbalance. And who had more guts to start it than anybody? Well, I'm going to say Putin, because he is pretty smart. And when it comes, to being, at that table. Yeah, because the information and the knowledge is so is so so a part of this and so important that if somebody actually did go ahead and read it backwards, go backwards, take the lineage and go backwards and ask yourself, why would this Black Sea be so important? I mean, it is extremely important. We're talking beyond riches. It's about power. It's about who has who, and who made who, and who came through who. It's kind of like that, like a little bit of an AC/DC song. But I believe truthfully, and gave the rights. Like, look at the gas. Like, seriously, okay? 4 liters in Canada is shy off of $8. 4 liters shy of $8 in Canada. In BC, 175.9. And I say to some of my family members, well, do you remember when we were up north, I saw these numbers? They all chuckled, of course, like, yeah. Sure enough, each and every one of them has made that comment. The gas is like insane. But I don't understand why, because we could have purple gas, which is cheaper. And so we would have access to that all the time. But we choose to be here in the city. Why? I don't get it. But what I do know, as time goes on here, I think I mentioned the well. I'm getting that well done. And I've got an issue up there with hydro. Because when we were away, well, they thought there was a grow up till they got up there. They got up there and they went, what? There's no grow up. And we hadn't been there for years. So there was somebody definitely taking and usurping electricity and power. And so I just said, hell no. No, I'm tired of being screwed without being kissed. I really mean that. In 2022, it's not happening. Not this year. And nada. So, Hungary, right? Ukraine. I'm thinking Hungary's going to go hungry. Ukraine. So Ukraine's going to move up a little bit, okay? And that's going to stop all of this. It's going to be on request. It's going to be an agreement. And part of the agreement is going to be, okay, hey, look you will have, our loyalty. Ukraine is speaking. You will have our loyalty. But it's got to work both ways here. You can't just pop off like this, very sudden, without anybody knowing anything, and what the hell? So I believe that is where this is. And ultimately, I also see there being kind of like a house shaking. And I'm talking about economics. Yeah. So the next uprise that we're going to hear is going to be from the USA. Don't forget to like, share, make a comment down below, and subscribe. I'm Diggin', and this has been The Vibe.